When we are in the midst of spiritual warfare, one of the main things that is going to be affected is your sleep. And so today we're going to talk about some simple but effective ways to protect yourself from spiritual attack while you are sleeping. I do differentiate between witchcraft and spiritual attack, because all witchcraft is spiritual attack, but not all spiritual attack is witchcraft. As I've said before on my TikTok, spirits are intelligent entities that can do this type of work themselves. Spirits will operate in the spiritual realm to send you spiritual attacks in the physical realm. And one of the most active times for dark spirits to carry out those spiritual attacks is at night. At night, we are in our most vulnerable state because we go to sleep at night. We can think of dark spirits as nocturnal beings. So when it is nighttime, the energy presiding over the night is going to be different than the energy presiding over the day. If you are undergoing a lot of spiritual attack, you may feel and sense an energetic difference in your home from the daytime to the nighttime. For instance, in my situation, when I was undergoing a lot of witchcraft and spiritual attack, in the daytime, I felt completely comfortable and safe and at home, but at night, I was like hiding in my room. It would feel like there was just eyes everywhere in my home. This was in 2021 when my awakening first began, but now 3+ years later, I'm in the energy of these spirits don't pay no bills in this house, so ain't nobody gonna have me hiding in my room. I'm gonna clear the energy out. That's just how it go. I'm gonna show you today how you can get into this energy of protecting yourself at night when dark forces like to come out and play. So let's start with some basic tips that don't require you to have any spiritual tools whatsoever. Then we'll move into some things that you can do that may require you to buy or use some things that you may already have within your home. Basic tip number 1 is to always cover your head and your feet when you are sleeping. You should never be going to bed with your head uncovered. And me personally, I don't go to bed with my feet uncovered, because your head and your feet are major energetic points. Spirits like to connect to people through their feet because that is your root, and through your head because it is your crown. And if you are one of those people who be out here sleeping naked, all I gotta say is just don't. This one probably actually should have been basic tip number 1, which is that you need to be cleaning your linen every single week. Your pillowcases, your sheets, your covers. When we are talking about spiritual cleanses, you need to be washing your linen in cold water, just like your spiritual baths need to be cold, your spiritual head washes need to be cold, your linen needs to be washed in cold water. Your regular laundry detergent, and you're going to add in some salt. If that's all you got, you're going to add in a good dose of salt. And if you got some Florida water or a spiritual cologne, you can add that as well. And basic tip number 3 is that underneath your bed needs to be very clean. Negative, heavy, and dark spirits like clutter. So those spirits will accumulate under your bed and be bothering you all night long. Basic tip number 4 is, of course, say your prayers. And I mean really say your prayers. You need to be opening up and calling down every angel and honorable ancestor and spirit guide that you have access to, because we are in a dimension that is lower to them. So our prayers is what opens the door and becomes a bridge for them to come through for us. Okay, now that was some good free tips that anybody can use. Now, if you are undergoing heavy spiritual attack, you gotta have some spiritual tools. We gotta get spiritually strapped. So, spiritually strapped tip number 1 is to smoke cleanse where you sleep every morning and every night. So, every single night, without fail, I smoke cleanse my bed, my sheets. I pull the covers back. I pull the pillows back. In general, I love to use me some dragon's blood sage, which I sell on my Etsy. I have a smoke cleansing kit. on my Etsy that comes with everything that I use to smoke cleanse my room. A link to my Etsy will be in the description box or in the comments. And I love, love, love to burn me some rosemary. Rosemary is extremely protective. And then Palo Santo. Palo Santo is an extremely angelic and protective stick. Literally, it translates to holy stick. Sage clears things out. Palo Santo calls in your spiritual protection. So anytime you sage, you need to be following up with a protective smoke like Palo Santo or like rosemary. Make sure that when you are smoke cleansing in the morning and at night, your windows are open and the door to your room is closed so that whatever is in that room has no choice but to go out of that window. Now, spiritually strapped number 2 is also a personal favorite. I don't go a single night without doing this, which is using cascarilla, also known as efun in traditions like Ifa, but in Santeria, it would be called cascarilla. You can use it to make crosses on your body, on your feet, on the backs of your neck, but also the simplest way is to simply crumble it up and rub it on your body like a powder and wear it as you sleep. It's messy, but it cleans very easily. So don't worry if you feel like, oh my God, it's so messy. It's extremely powerful. So it being messy is just like, honey, you get your benefits from it. If things are physically roughing you up when you sleep, for one, wash your linen. And for two, get some of this cascarilla, sprinkle it on yourself. Anything that's on our bodies in the physical will carry over into the dream state with us. And so last night I was dreaming and I was in the spiritual state and I had the cascarilla on me and a spirit literally could not touch me and said, rub that off. And I said, no. So spirits cannot easily bypass this bad baby right here. Cascarilla, get you some. This last thing that I'm going to share is also good for keeping entities and energies off of you. Use bluing. People call it bluing, people call it blue, people call it blue tablets. You can place one of these into a glass of water. You can crumble it up, pour it into a glass of water, put it under your bed, and this is going to help with those physical attacks as well. Spirits do not like this indigo blue water and they have a very hard time passing it. And usually that water will last you for about 3 days. You need to be changing it regularly. Pour it down your toilet, rinse the glass out, make sure you cleaning out your sink, cleaning out your toilet and things afterwards to keep that energy away, and do it all over again. These cascarilla and bluing are sold together on my Etsy shop. The Nightmare Protection Kit comes with bluing, cascarilla, and Palo Santo sticks to smoke, cleanse, and smudge your space. And so that is the tea for y'all today. I know this was a lot to intake. Please, in the comments, y'all, if there is something that you do to spiritually protect yourself, please feel free to drop it and share it. I learned so much from everybody and I appreciate everything that people contribute to this channel. Be nice to each other, be respectful of each other, or else your comments just get deleted and hidden from the channel. So you just be talking to yourself. I can't wait to see y'all on the next video. So much more to come. Thank you for all of y'all encouraging comments. Really keep me going. So I love y'all and I thank y'all.